What's going on, guys? It's Thursday and I'm here to help you win another Forza trial. This week we have a repeat of one of the blandest trial events ever. It is called Natural Habitat. It is a dirt racing event for the Volvo V60 Polestar Tuna V spec. Now, I don't know why they would do an entire event centered around this car, but they did. I remember they had it the first time around and I thought even then it was kind of strange. But nonetheless, we have it again. I'm assuming it's called Natural Habitat because it's a Volvo on snow, and they get a lot of snow in Sweden, or wherever the Volvo company is located. But that would also have to mean that the first time around it was in the winter as well, which I don't remember exactly if it was. Anyway, the car I decided to use, of course, is a 2015 Volvo V60 Polestar. I made my own tuning setup for it. I'll show it on screen right now. It is called Dirt Trial Ace. It's kind of misleading statistic-wise because if you look at the acceleration, it's only a 6, and the launch is a 6.5. That is because I had the race transmission on it. There are a lot of instances in this game where if you put on the race transmission, the acceleration and launch numbers drop, which doesn't really make any sense. The launch does definitely go down if you put on the race transmission compared to the sport transmission or the regular transmission in this car, but the acceleration numbers are actually better. Like even by default, the default gear ratios they give you, acceleration is better than the other two transmission options, so I don't know why it says acceleration goes down. It should just say launch goes down. Anyway, I do think if you make your own tune, you're going to want to put the race transmission on for the most optimal setup. Also have rally springs, which is almost a given for dirt racing events. You couldn't have rally tires, unfortunately, for this car, but keeping it in the parameters of B. But it's fine. I used the stock tires, made the most of it. I think I did a pretty decent job on the tune considering what they give you to work with. For some reason my team ended up all of them leaving. I'm assuming it's because we were going to lose, because they completely dropped the ball the first, I think it was the first race. One of the two, the first two we lost. So maybe that's why they all left. But we ended up losing 2-1. I ended up doing it again after the fact just to get it completed, but the gameplay we'll see my team ends up losing, but I still won all 3 races. But even if you have a stock Volvo V60, you should be okay, because I've done this trial 2 or 3 times complete wise, maybe even more now, I don't even remember. And a lot of people bring stock ones, and we've still won almost every time with the stock ones, with the other with the teammates having majority stock Volvos. So don't be concerned looking at how my team performed, because it's probably not going to be the norm. Your teammates should be a lot better than mine were, even if they have stock Volvos. But let me know down in the comments what tune you decided to use. If you went something towards my route, where you have the race transmission and that sort of thing, let me know. I'm also curious to know if anybody put on the sport tires, and then you can put on sport tires, and I think the spoiler. And there's really not a whole lot more you can put on it before it's completely maxed out. I'm also curious if anybody tried doing that. I tried practicing with that setup and it just wasn't fast enough for me, but it definitely handled a little better through the snow on the turns, but it just didn't have enough power for my liking. Let me know down in the comments what kind of setup worked for you, if your teammates were better than mine, and if you got the Colorado ZR2, which is kind of a bummer of a prized truck. It's probably the only good truck Chevy makes these days, but it's 2 weeks in a row they've given us 2 trucks that aren't really special for prizes. It's whatever. Maybe somebody will want to use it for an off-road event sometime down the road. Well, that'll do it for me here. I guess I'll see you guys next week for a spring trial.